6:30 Action News Jax starts right now.
To schedule a COVID-19 vaccination appointment, please press 1. To schedule an appointment, please...
Missed calls.
I've called at least 20 times.
Long lines.
I'm a very patient man, but I'm an old man, and I want to get the shot.
And confusion.
I think they're doing the best they can.
The first day to make appointments for Duval County's COVID-19 vaccine didn't go as smoothly as many hoped. But Action News Jax is here to break down the changes that are coming to help make it easier for you and your family to get vaccinated. That phone call recording you heard is what several people in Duval County heard while trying to make their appointment for a vaccine. But the city says the process will get easier if you haven't been able to get through. I'm John Bachman.
And I'm Bridget Matter in for Tanika Hughes. That hotline won't be open again until Monday. Let's get you caught up on the very latest. For now, the vaccine is only available to seniors in Florida through hospitals and health departments. Today, Florida reported 13,000 new cases, one of the highest totals ever. Duval accounted for 809, which is also one of the highest daily numbers over the last month. Action News Jax has live team coverage on local vaccine distribution and the new COVID-19 variant that's been found in the U.S. We begin with Duval County's effort to get local seniors vaccinated. Courtney Cole is live at the Prom Osborne Convention Center. Courtney, the Department of Health tells you today was a soft launch.
And Bridget, that means the people who did make it through this gate down here at the Prime Osborne Convention Center to get vaccinated were a part of the groups the Department of Health says they specifically notified, and that includes some independent living facilities. JSO, however, did have to turn some people away who did not have appointments.
To schedule a COVID-19 vaccination appointment, please press 1. To schedule an appointment, please...
This is what many heard when they called 904-253-1140. It's the number the Duval Health Department told people to use to make a COVID-19 vaccination appointment.
I have called since 5 till 8 this morning.
But for some, like Jenny Ross, it was just a dead end. How many times have you called this morning?
I've called at least 20 times. I even called the health department of Duval County to try to tell them the number is not working and you can't get through there either.
Since she couldn't get through, she came down here but still was not able to get the vaccine. The Department of Health stressed the Prime Osborne vaccination site is by appointment only and says the phone line operates on a statewide system and it became inundated with calls. Crews are now working on the issue and a better solution.
We're working with the phone vendor in order to see if we can get additional capacity there, and again, keep trying.
It is frustrating because I think we're all wanting to move forward and do something about the vaccine, and especially getting rid of COVID.
The Department of Health said vaccination appointments for the general public will begin on Monday. Now, right now, the phone line to make that COVID-19 vaccine appointment is closed for the day. But next on Action News Jax at 6, I have uncovered the 3 things that the Department of Health is working on right now to make this process a whole lot smoother for locals trying to get vaccinated next week. Reporting live in La Villa, Courtney Cole, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
People 65 and older who work for JEA, Jacksport, JTA, and the Jacksonville Aviation Authority are also first in line for vaccinations. Action News Jax Megan Moriarty picks up our team coverage. She spoke with city workers who got the vaccine today.
Many of the people who came out here today to get a COVID-19 vaccine came out because of some sort of risk factor in their life, whether it's their age or their job. Ultimately, they feel compelled to get the vaccine, and they say they're just very happy that it's available. This morning, dozens lined up outside the Prime Osborne Center, eagerly waiting to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Bonnie and Mel Bullock were among the crowd, coming prepared to wait with a chair and an iPad. What kind of category do you fall into for coming out here?
Old.
The 82-year-old and his wife live in a senior living community and believe the vaccine is a step towards normalcy and ultimately will help keep them safe.
Better to be safe than sorry as far as I'm concerned.
Mike Akers was another person in line, one of the first ones to pull in the parking lot. As an essential worker for JEA, he says it helps protect him and his customers.
I work at the water and wastewater treatment plant, and so there's some exposure involved.
This week, Jacksonville Fire Rescue employees also began the vaccination process, working to vaccinate 25% of the department each day, although it is not mandatory. As for the Bullocks, they're looking forward to spending their 55th wedding anniversary together and hoping for many more celebrations to come.
I believe that this is the start. We have to have a beginning, and I don't think it's a quick fix. I think it's going to take people our age getting it to slow the process down.
In La Villa, Megan Moriarty, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
So here's where Florida stands in vaccinations. The state is full speed ahead with vaccinating current priority groups. This week, the state is preparing to get 127,000 doses of the Moderna vaccine. 93,000 doses will go to county health departments that have not gotten them yet. The remaining 33,000 will go to 54 hospitals that haven't already gotten the vaccines. The state is also expecting 118,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine. These will be used to give the second doses to employees at the 5 hospitals that got the state's first shipment, and that includes UF Health. Next week, the state will then start giving those second doses.
Clay County is in phase 1 of its vaccine distribution, and all appointments have been booked. Action News Jax anchor Letitia Variola talked to one-on-one with the health administrator about how the rollout is going.
All right, so tell us, who will be getting the vaccine first in Clay County?
So we're really excited about this innovation coming down and us be able to protect our community. And so we received the vaccines at the Florida Department of Health in Clay County on Monday. We started vaccinating our internal staff that will be working the vaccination pods on Monday afternoon. And yesterday and today we are vaccinating the paramedics and EMTs from the local fire department and fire rescue so that they can help us with those vaccinations. As we move into Monday, going out to the community, 65 and older, and all of those frontline healthcare workers that have direct patient care can sign up for an appointment, and we're going to be doing over 200 appointments per day, Monday through Friday.
Right now, those appointments are booked, and on the website, it tells you so. You can't even go down to the portal anymore to book your appointment. You'll be met with something like this, telling you that the 3,000 slots, they are filled in Clay County. But this is the website to go to when it's time to book your appointment, and then you will eventually see a portal there to book your appointment, and we will let you know when that is up and running for you. In the studio, Letitia Barriola, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
And county by county, Action News Jax has reached out to all our local health departments for vaccine plans. Here's a map. Minutes ago, St. Johns County said all 3,000 vaccine doses are available that are accounted for, but people can sign up for a vaccine online in the future. Columbia, Baker, Clay, and Duval counties have also announced vaccine distribution plans. NASA has not put a timeline out just yet, but has said who will be prioritized. The counties in pink have not announced plans, and when the plans come in, we'll post them to actionnewsjax.com. Action News Jax wants to know, were you able to schedule a vaccine appointment in Duval County today? You can let us know by going to actionnewsjax.com/vote. Right now, 69% of you said no.
The Duval County Health Department told Action News Jax that people can fill out their vaccine consent forms before they show up for their appointment to keep the process speedy. You start on this website, and then you click on this yellow COVID vaccine banner right here. So that's what I'm going to do. And below the first alert, you can see down here to click access vaccination form. So that's what we're going to click on right now. And that takes you to this page where you will then click on consent form. That brings you here. So, all right, it's important that you fill out sections 1, 2, and 3. So section 1 is right here, your name and that sort of thing. Then you scroll down here to section 2 for these screening questions. Section 3, immunization background. You do not need to fill out the insurance information because the vaccine is free. We have this information on actionnewsjax.com and on the Action News Jax app.
Just a reminder, if you couldn't get an appointment today, remain patient. There are thousands of people trying to call at once. The Department of Health says to call back and try again. We also want to remind you that the appointment line will be closed tomorrow and January 1st. It will reopen on Monday, the first day of appointments.
A COVID-19 strain that's more than twice as contagious as before has been reported in Colorado. As we've told you, doctors here are working to find out if it's already in Duval County. As Action News Jack's Stephanie Bennett explains, the Department of Health reports a massive spike in positive tests.
And Chad Nielsen, an epidemiologist with UF Health, says Duval County hit a 22% positivity rate on Monday, and you can see those numbers for yourself over here on the Florida Department of Health's website. But take that with a grain of salt. Laboratories were closed across the state around Christmas time, so that impacted the number of people getting tested and when they got their test results back.
It may already be here in Duval County, and maybe that's why we're accounting for this explosion of cases over the weekend.
UF Health epidemiologist Chad Nielsen urging the public to stay home this New Year's Eve.
Just doing a quiet goodbye to 2020 because this has got the potential to really accelerate quickly.
That's what Bhavik Desai and Derek Rowe plan to do tomorrow night.
I lost my senior year of college to this. It's like, whatever, life goes on.
We told them about the new strain. This was Derek Rowe's first time hearing about it.
We should definitely be a lot more cautious about it.
Nielsen says the new strain isn't any more deadly than what we've been experiencing, but it should still be taken seriously.
The fact that it can spread that much easier does mean it could reach people who maybe are not vaccinated or are more susceptible to getting it.
A long year, one that Desai and Rowe can't wait to say goodbye to, hopeful that the new year will bring back health and normalcy. And Nielsen tells me UF Health will be studying the virus next week to see if that new strain is here in Jacksonville. Reporting in Neptune Beach, Stephanie Bennett, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
Right now on ActionNewsJax.com, we have an entire section devoted to vaccine information. Click the COVID-19, the vaccine banner on ActionNewsJax.com.
Action News Jax Sky Vision drone showing you the setup for the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. This Saturday, the Kentucky Wildcats and North Carolina State will face off. There will be several changes because of the pandemic. Tailgating outside the stadium will not be allowed. Action News Jax Ryan Nelson is live at TIAA Bank Field. Ryan, there are also several changes inside the stadium.
That's right. You'll need a mask to get into the stadium, but the safety measures don't stop there. In fact, here in the parking lot, take a look at this. Every other parking spot is coned off, and that's set up for social distancing. The Action News Jax Sky Vision drone shows us where cars will be spaced for social distancing Saturday for the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. Taya Jackson owns a sports bar on the east side, a short drive away from the stadium. She tells me the Gator Bowl brought a big economic boost just 1 year ago.
It was our first event because we opened our doors in January, and we had a lot of customers that come through.
But this year, stadium occupancy will be limited to 10,000 people amid the COVID-19 pandemic, meaning fewer fans from out of town visiting Jacksonville in a tough year for businesses.
We've never closed our door, and we're making ends meet.
Today, we heard from leaders of the Gator Bowl. We learned tailgating is not allowed on the stadium's grounds.
There will not be penalties. We will just ask you to stop.
Masks will be mandated inside the stadium. JSO says if fans don't follow the mask policy, they'll be reminded at first, and if they refuse, they'll be asked to leave.
If they refuse to leave at that point, it'll be trespass after the warning.
Jackson says she's looking forward to business being what it once was.
We will gladly welcome the city to be open back up again.
And there will be a clear bag policy that's in effect, and non-clear purses no larger than 4.5 by 6.5 inches will be allowed into the stadium. Reporting downtown, Ryan Nelson, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
And from the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Garrett Biedenball. Timing out if we see any rain for the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl on Saturday. Also, local rain right now where these showers are headed this evening in the First Alert 7-day forecast.
Coming up, 2 stories you haven't seen on Action News Jax. First, listen up. It's time to check your bank account. $600 stimulus checks are already getting deposited. In just 2 minutes, we reveal how you could still end up with $2,000. That dozens of local murder cases remain unsolved. Now what JSO is using to fight back against gun violence in our city.
At the end of the day, nobody deserves to lose their life.
Next on Action News Jax.
I heard you were in an accident. I'm with the insurance of the driver who hit you. I want to make sure that you're fully paid for the little ding, although most of this looks pre-existing. You really don't need to bring any lawyers into this. All I need is an X. Perfect.
The insurance companies admit themselves that people who hire a lawyer recover 3 times more money. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
300,000 Americans have been killed by a virus David Perdue said was no worse than the flu. He was on the phone with his broker buying medical stock while Georgians were dying. It's unacceptable. On day 1, I'm voting to send your family direct economic relief and for free testing and vaccines for every American. We can beat this virus and get our daily lives back, but only if we vote. I'm John Ossoff, and I approve this message.
Watch the top local stories on demand, only on Action News Jax now.
Raphael Warnock repeatedly attacks our country.
God, America. God, America.
Warnock attacks police, calling them gangsters and thugs. He's backed by defund the police radicals and defended a convicted cop killer. Warnock even attacked our military.
Nobody can serve God and the military.
Anti-American hate, attacking our military and first responders. That's the real radical Raphael Warnock. American Crossroads is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Experience good, clean fun. Meet the Clean Team. Cleaning and sanitizing all common areas and high-touch surfaces every 30 minutes. Contactless digital menus available at all our restaurants. Screening and temperature checks taken upon entry. Hand sanitizing stations throughout the property. We are dedicated to keeping you safe and sound.
We win these races in Georgia so that we don't have to negotiate.
No negotiation. Think about that. With John Ossoff, they get total control. We get police defunded. Illegal immigrants voting. Guns confiscated. Our military bases closed. Is that really what you want? Only you can stop them. We win Georgia, we save America.
I'm David Perdue, and I approve this message.
Kim and Joel say goodbye to 2020.
And never speak of it again.
With surprise guests and special performances. Fox's New Year's Eve Toast and Roast 2021, live Thursday.
The First Alert 7-day forecast. On air, online, and on the go. Brought to you by ViStar. If you believe auto loans with no payment for up to 90 days is better, join ViStar. Get great low rates and flexible terms.
The $600 stimulus checks are starting to hit bank accounts now. Paper checks are also being sent today, but the plan to increase them to $2,000 may be dead in the Senate. Let's bring in Action News Jack's Blair Miller now. And Blair, get us up to speed on where the stimulus talks stand right now.
So, John, bottom line here, not a lot of movement on this today, and it looks like this will drag on in the Senate for a few days, if at all. And there's no sign right now that a standalone bill on $2,000 checks will get a vote on the Senate floor. Analysts say it appears that Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is just trying to let time run out on this issue with the end of the year so close. There were several chances yesterday for this to move forward. None of that happened. And then again, more chances. Once again, nothing happened. John?
Okay, so you've been talking with our senators as they wrestle with this idea. Where do local senators stand?
John, it's pretty interesting because early on in the week, this seemed like a long shot if there were a vote. Now, several Democrats are saying they have enough votes, but because they have enough Republican senators ready to go along with this. Florida senators could be key in all this. Senator Rubio has made headlines because he's one of those Republicans supporting it. I've also been in touch with Senator Rick Scott's office asking where he stands on all this. His spokesperson didn't get back to me on this, but we do know he voted against this last time. But at this point, this current bill is not moving forward. We'll see if that changes before the end of the year. From the Washington News Bureau, I'm Blair Miller.
Dozens of you commented on the new round of stimulus payments on the Action News Jack's Facebook page. Katie said that she got hers this morning, 2 a.m. Beverly said she got her payment this morning and got her paycheck yesterday. There she is, and she's pretty excited to get some money. Let's see if we can get Alex's called back up. There it is. Alex said he didn't get the first one. If you're not sure if you're eligible for the payment, you can find out for sure on actionnewsjax.com.
Teams are expected to work through the holiday to cut Section 8 of the Golden Ray cargo ship. Responders say the section should be faster compared to the first cut, which took more than 1 month. They're cutting back the back of the ship. They did not say how much longer it will take to complete the cut. It's been more than a year since the ship capsized. We brought you exclusive coverage of the rescue mission that brought the crew back to safety September 2019. Most of the crew on the ship were rescued the same day the Golden Ray capsized. The final 4 members were rescued a day later. You'll find pictures and video from that rescue and read about the efforts to remove the ship on actionnewsjax.com.
First Alert weather.
First Alert meteorologist Gary Beatonbaugh right now. 5-speed First Alert Doppler HD. Tracking a few sprinkles and showers here. Moving in from the Atlantic. So our isolated showers continue here for today. Had some little decent showers in the 4 p.m. hour in St. Augustine. Now those have moved off to the north and northern St. Johns County, moving into Duval County here over the next 20 to 30 minutes. Just some scattered showers, but some windshield wipers you have to use over the next few minutes as this moves up US 1 and over to the Duval County and St. Johns County line. So through Nocatee right now, Ponte Vedra, TPC Sawgrass, and even the Atlantic Coast High School area. Also into Jax Beach, likely over the next 20 minutes to 30 minutes. We'll be seeing some sprinkles move into your neighborhood. So there is Nocatee over to the Nocatee Parkway, Valley Ridge Boulevard. Also seeing those showers now beginning to dry out here with some more clearing. It was cloudy here in St. Augustine, now partly to mostly cloudy. We're at 64 degrees there. So there goes that pocket of moisture moving off to the north and to the west. We have some clearer skies inland. And we'll see a few isolated showers continue to develop and move inland through this evening. Very hit and miss, though. Not everybody sees the rain. And if you do see one, it'll move off pretty quickly, and then you'll dry out. And then we're dry in the morning for your morning commute, if you have a morning commute tomorrow. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast. Temperature-wise this evening, we're in the 60s, perhaps dipping down into the upper 50s to near 60 degrees, but our sunset coming up at 5:36 here today. Upper 70s tomorrow in Jacksonville, though. It's going to be a warm New Year's Eve day. Low 80s south and west of Jacksonville, but mid to upper 70s inland in southeast Georgia, where you'll have a better opportunity to see some more showers there for you. But we'll continue going to 80 degrees by Friday. And I think it'll be mainly dry for New Year's Day. It'll be dry for your New Year's Eve nighttime plans at midnight in Jacksonville. Looks to be a late arriving cold front Friday night into Saturday morning, so much of your New Year's Day is going to be dry. In fact, New Year's Eve, let's time it out for you hour by hour. Temperatures will be at 70 degrees at 7 o'clock, down to the upper 60s by 10 o'clock, and again at midnight we'll be in the mid-60s. And then as we head into New Year's Day, again, we'll be at 80 degrees for our highs, and going to say mainly dry except some nighttime showers moving in. Here's your First Alert 7-day forecast. With your weekend always in view, the Gator Bowl will be seeing opportunity for a scattered shower, but high temperatures in the mid-70s and then cooling off into the 60s in the afternoons and 40s in the morning for the start of next week. You can always track any showers anytime right there at actionnewsjax.com.
Local firefighters have a new mission during the pandemic, and it isn't just responding to emergencies. New on Action News Jax at 5:30, how these heroes are bringing the firehouse into local homes.
And you might want to think twice about those New Year's Eve plans. The steps Airbnb is taking to crack down on party rentals for the holiday.
All new coming up at 5:30. Every bite counts, but do you really know what you're feeding your kids?
So they really have virtually no room for foods with added sugars.
What's happening right now that will force companies to warn you about certain foods and drinks? Coming up next on Action News Jax.
Action News Jax at 5 is brought to you in part by Farrah and Farrah. Here for you. Here for good.
My name is Deborah Miller. I had a slip and fall in April of 2018. I was frustrated. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was worried about the burden I was going to have on my family, specifically my husband, and how I couldn't do what I wanted to do with my new grandson. I knew I needed some help for what was going on in my life. After I talked to Farrah and Farrah, I felt I was not as frustrated as much, and I knew I had help.
Time's running out on the final days to get a great deal at Toyotathon. There. Now you have a little more time.
Get 0% APR for 48 months, plus $500 holiday bonus cash on a new 2021 Highlander.
I feel younger.
Toyota. Let's go places. We know John Ossoff hid payments from Chinese communists, and Ossoff criticized job-saving bipartisan COVID relief, while his wealthy family cashed in from the same program. But Ossoff's lies can't hide his radical agenda. Ossoff lied about defunding the police, but told his radical friends he'd put police funding on the line. That's why socialist Bernie Sanders endorsed John Ossoff. He's too radical for Georgia. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Happy New Year from all of us here at Action News Jax.
Raphael Warnock is making dangerous false racial attacks. Here's why.
America needs to repent for its worship of whiteness.
In writings and remarks, Warnock's used hate speech for decades. No wonder he backs massive taxpayer payments for racial reparations.
America needs to repent for its worship of whiteness.
Raphael Warnock. He's not just radical, he's dangerous.
I'm Kelly Loeffler. I approve this message.
1 roast beef sandwich, 2 roast beef sandwich, 3 roast beef sandwich, 4 roast beef sandwich, 5 roast beef sandwich for $10. Arby's, we have the meat.
We win these races in Georgia so that we don't have to negotiate.
No negotiation. Think about that. With John Ossoff, they get total control. We get police defunded. Illegal immigrants voting. Guns confiscated. Our military bases closed. Is that really what you want? Only you can stop them. We win Georgia, we save America.
I'm David Perdue, and I approve this message.
Time's running out on the final days to get a great deal at Toyotathon. There. Now you have a little more time.
Lease a new 2021 Corolla LE for $179 a month for 36 months plus $500 holiday bonus cash.
I feel younger.
Toyota, let's go places.
With a surge in coronavirus cases, Airbnb is taking new steps to keep large groups from ringing in the new year and vacation rentals. Action News Jax Lorena Inclan explains the restrictions aimed at discouraging house parties.
If you think you're going to a party at an Airbnb to celebrate the new year, think again. The company is enforcing tougher global policies to stop large gatherings because of a spike in COVID cases. The platform has been updating its policies since the start of the pandemic, including putting a cap on occupancy, restricting guests under 25 without a history of positive reviews, and even taking legal action against those who violate the rules.
If you're coming to Airbnb, you don't have a 5-star rating, and you're seeking to do a one-night reservation on New Year's Eve, you're just not going to be able to do that. That's just absolutely critical to prioritize public health.
The stepped-up efforts are designed to protect guests and keep vacationers from taking the virus home with them, of course. Airbnb also set up a 24-hour neighborhood support line for people to report complaints of parties at host sites. In the studio, Lorena Inclan, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
New at 5:30, local firefighters have a new mission during the pandemic, and it's not responding to emergencies. How these heroes are bringing the firehouse into local homes to stay connected with their community. Plus, for the first time ever, parents have nutritional recommendations for the youngest members of the family. The things you may want to add or take out of your child's diet in the new year. And Duval County's murders are at the highest in years. The plea from one woman who's searching for her brother-in-law's killer.